hatred. Silence in the face of unconstitutional actions is complicity. The First Amendment guarantees free speech, peaceful assembly and protest. These aren't suggestions, they are the foundations of America. And yet today, public spaces are restricted, gatherings are limited, patriotic celebrations are treated like threats. Anti-Semitism is rising on our streets and on campuses across America and across the world. This hatred is unacceptable. New York City was built by people fleeing persecution. We will not look away. New York City will not stand for it. America will not stand for it. History shows us freedom is lost by the cowardness of those who won't speak when it matters. Zohran Mamdani calls himself a champion of the people, but he said, we came here to remake this state in the image of our people. That is not unity, that is deception, that is hatred. To every official, stay in silent while Jewish hate spreads. The people see you. History will remember who stood for freedom and who bowed to hatred. And now, FIFA is the excuse. The major tournament in New Jersey, not New York City. Yet, New Yorkers are told to give up freedoms, to stay out of our own public squares. For events across the river, the mayor is weaponizing FIFA to deny us access to our city and our country. That is unacceptable. Government cannot use international sporting events as cover to limit our constitutional rights. Public spaces belong to the people. Respect the First Amendment. Respect America. We will not be silent. We stand with the Jewish community, no matter where you come from. No matter where you come from. If you hate America, I say this with love I say this. If you hate America, you are not welcome here. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. And to hatred. I am Israel Hines.
Thank you so much, Raul.
Viva Puerto Rico! Viva Puerto Rico!
Okay, I like that. And one more time, guys. From the river to the sea, New York City will be free. From the river to the sea, New York City will be free. From the river to the sea, New York City will be free. And now, Ryan Williams, get up here, please.
Oh, thank you, guys. Why do I wear bacon at a Jewish rally? It's to protect me from the Islamists that want to behead me. So I'm from the UK. Obviously, I look Korean. But in the UK, I got detained as a terrorist for speaking out against Islam. This is real. When I got to Heathrow Airport, they detained me as a terrorist for speaking out against Islam. That is your future with a Muslim mayor. I may be hung like a chipmunk, but I've got no balls to fight Islam. I love the fact that you guys are such high IQ people. I do not understand anti-Semitism. The only explanation for anti-Semitism is that these people are jealous retards. I just want to say, there is only one culture that pours acid onto women's faces. There is only one culture that makes women cover their faces so other men don't want to rape them. There is only one culture that the East and West truly hate. Islam is HIV, human Islam virus. I mean, I look Chinese and China turns mosques into public toilets. I just want to say that. Stop picking on 8 million Jews in Israel, 60 million Jews, tiny population. Islam, if you want a real war, come to the Asians. Real fight. Right. There are 50 Muslim countries around the world. Why the hell would you go to the West if you want to live under Sharia law? No Sharia law. Thank you.
Christian rapper is coming up here to rile you all up.
Let's go, New York! Let's go! So right now, we're gonna perform a song called ¿Por qué te vas? The name of the song in Spanish means, why are you leaving? So this song is about all the people and the mass exodus that's happening in New York right now because of coward morons like Zohran, the moron Mamdani. $30 million grocery stores, property tax, attack against the drivers, attack against the Jews, attack against the New Yorkers. This guy needs to go. And that's why everybody else is leaving. And without further ado, me and my crew, Jesus A-OK, Ghazal Mizrahi, and Pablo Bardo. My name is DVS 7.0. That stands for Driven Via Spirit to Completion. And today we do that. Let's go. Deport Mamdani! Deport Mamdani! Deport Mamdani! Deport Mamdani! Mamdani! Deport Mamdani! Deport Mamdani!
Hoy en mi ventana brilla el sol y el corazón se pone triste contemplando la ciudad. ¿Por qué te vas?
What happened to them all? We got killers in the subways, illegals burning flags. A bunch of grown men who think they queens when they drag. They running for mayor, extreme like his dad. If he wins this election, put New York in a bag. Men think they give birth and women out here masculine. New York needs some heroes like Jesus was immaculate. I'm tired of all these demons that I always end up battling. Know your constitution and y'all gotta take the Vatican. Antifa in the streets like a mob, while the veterans are homeless, always looking for jobs. New York men home like the Wizard of Oz. Why ask for qué te vas?
Tenemos que ir contigo. Me olvidarás. Me olvidarás. Otra vez solo lloraré igual que un niño. ¿Por qué te vas? ¿Por qué te vas? ¿Por qué te vas? ¿Por qué te vas?
Government up, liberty bound. Tell me how we supposed to live when these clowns around my goofy and kill the corpse and the votes. You got them where to kill the homo. The streets of New York where to keep the hobo. For the police and release the locals. Never had enough of these folks, no shows. Whoever show up when it's time for photos. Never been the one that ever keep roll. Catch me outside, make a phone and cycle. Never had the head, every time I'm silent. Ahora Florida, Punta Cana. Contigo, me olvidarás. Me olvidarás.
Representing the Dominican Republic and the Latino community here. Listen up. Pensando que Nueva York es la puerta, pero lamentablemente muy distinto. Siempre con una loquera en el tren. Recuerdas el 1, el 4 y el 5. Con inseguridad que aquí se ve. En cualquier momento lo tienen quito. I'm speaking fast de tu recuento. La policía todos los días con la sirena tiene un concepto. Pues yo cuento que la ciudad que no duerme. Porque la gente se acuesta con un ojo cerrado y el otro abierto. No falto más, no puedo más. Demasiada inseguridad. El pensamiento de mucha gente cuando se choca con la realidad. Pareciera que no hay mañana. Preguntan por qué se va. Porque se está pudriendo la gran manzana. Yo, Pablo Baldo, claro que.
here.
Support Mamdani! In 1942, in a small town just outside of Berlin, the Nazi party sat and contemplated the infamous question, how do you get rid of the Jew, they asked themselves. It was there, at the Wannsee Conference, where they decided on the final solution, the extermination of the Jews of Europe. Just 84 years later, in the United States of America in 2026, our enemies, including Zohran Mamdani, are contemplating the same exact question. How do you get rid of the Jew? I am here to tell you that today we cannot allow that to become a reality, where they are instigating and trying to harm our communities. I did not come back from Gaza fighting against Hamas for us to lose the battle here. We cannot become the fearful Jews of history, because fear is a privilege that we do not have today as Jews. We need to make sure that the entire world, our enemies and Zohran all know that we are not going anywhere. I do not care if Zohran hates us. I do not care if his wife is liking posts about October 7th. I do not care if his best friend is Mahmoud Khalil. What I care about is that each and every single one of you understand that we are not afraid. Because Aman Netzach lo mefachim midel chalka. The forever nation does not fear the long road. And so right now I ask you all one thing. While we stand here and have Zohran's ear, I ask that we stand here in defiance and sing in unity the three words that Zohran hates more than any other. Please join with me. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael.
danger. So we came to the United States. We found the American dream. We came to the center of it all. I went to school here in New York City to find students burning flags, assaulting Jewish kids, and universities giving them awards for doing so. Now I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you saw people linking arms to keep fellow students from entering their school library? The civil rights movement, correct. And guess what Mamdani has done? He didn't sit to stand up for justice. He didn't stand for the Jewish kids who couldn't go into their own school buildings. No, Mamdani sat with Mahmoud Khalil. He spent time supported him. Can you imagine what every Jewish student felt in that moment? What they felt after being degraded for months, after their campuses were taken over, to see their mayor standing with one of their aggressors. That is not justice. Now, we've spoken about how on day one, Mamdani rolled back protections for the Jewish community. He couldn't even do nothing. He had to take active steps to make us less safe. He, in the midst of protests outside of synagogues, vetoed the bill for buffer zones for houses of worship. But guess what? Guess what? We're not standing silent. Actually, 20 minutes ago, while we were here at this protest, one of our very own, Sam Sutton, our state senator who is a Syrian Jew, just passed the buffer bill in Albany. New York City may be the best city in the world, but the people of New York City are even better, and we will not stand silent. God bless New York, God bless America, and God bless our allies. And the last thing I'll say, for every student in this crowd, your voice matters. Keep standing up. Thank you. Thank you, Adele. Remove Mamdani! Remove Mamdani! Remove Mamdani! Remove Mamdani! Remove Mamdani! Remove Mamdani! Let's go, everybody! And now, Rabbi Menken, please come up here and share a few words.
There we go. Somebody hold my beer. Rabbis have been studying anti-Semitism for thousands of years. We know what it is, we study it, and what comes out of Zohran Mamdani's mouth is it. It's really that simple. Look, in 1948, it was the Arab League bent on genocide that wanted to do the Nazi Holocaust in the Middle East. No decent human being calls it a Nakba, a catastrophe, to fail at genocide. When I'll be straight with you, when Abiyatar David was being starved and forced to dig his own grave, to falsely accuse his rescuers of genocide means you're a barbarian. When Arbel Yehud was being sexually assaulted on the daily, to falsely accuse her rescuers is to be a depraved deviant at best. When 9-month-old Kfir Bibas was being strangled with bare hands, to falsely accuse his intended rescuers means that person is simply a monster. Rome is home to the biggest monument to bigotry and hate in the world. It's called the Arch of Titus. Those are the folks, the racist Europeans, who called Judea Palestine. We do not want to tear down that monument because the Romans are gone and we are still here. So too, the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Greeks, the Crusaders, the Persians, the Crusaders, the Cossacks, and the Nazis. If Mayor Mamdani wishes to model himself after the most inhuman dregs of the past, Americans must act together to ensure that he doesn't take America with him on his way to the dustbin of history. But for Jews, his anti-Semitism anti-Semitism is a win. Jews are more likely to stand up, do Judaism, and move to Israel thanks to the racist bigotry of people like him. Who here is doing more Jewish since October 7th? So keep it up, Mayor. Am Yisrael Chai.
Thank you, Rabbi. And now we have an amazing future leader. He's already a leader, but he's just a teenager. Hillel Kornwasser, wait until you hear him speak.
As a 16-year-old, never in my life did I think I would spend so much time thinking about the future of Western civilization. Most kids my age are focused on school or sports, but my generation is growing up in a time where the very values that America was built on are being questioned every single day. As Thomas Jefferson once famously wrote, "No man shall otherwise suffer on the account of his religious opinion or belief." Mayor Mamdani, hear me clearly when I say religious freedom means absolutely nothing if Jews are free to worship but cannot walk the streets proudly, safely. As Jews, it means nothing. Let me be blatantly clear. Zohran Mamdani has made the systematic hatred of the Jewish people across the streets of New York City acceptable. We are not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. In the largest city in America, home to one of the biggest populations of the Jews across the world, Zohran Mamdani has excused Jew hatred and has simply made it okay. The consequence is clear and it's frightening because it never ends with the Jewish people. History has shown us time and time again that this goes far past one target. This does not end with the Jewish people. What's very scary is when the world becomes comfortable excusing bigotry against one group. Let me tell you, my friends, it expands far beyond one community. This is not just about the Jewish people. This is very simply about the world that we want to live in. We cannot accept extremism. We cannot accept intimidation, because when society becomes comfortable excusing harassment, glorifying violence, or applying different moral standards depending on the community, it becomes a risk to the entire world. So Zohran Mamdani, let me ask you this. Am I, as a proud American Jewish Zionist, not entitled to the safety of this city as granted to me by the founding fathers of the United States Constitution? Thank you very much. God bless America. God bless Israel. Get that man out of here.
What did I tell you about that? The future right here. And now another loud voice. The Midnight, get up here.
Check. Oh, wow, nobody has left the building. Look at all you guys back there. I just want to say, finally, the Midnight has come back to New York City. Woo! Wow! You know, we've been fighting, and we've been struggling, and we've been pushing, and we've been trying to talk peacefully, and you guys are absolutely amazing, as we are the party of trying to use common sense and reasoning, and they're showing up, and they're trying to hurt us, and they're trying to maim us, and they're trying to torture us, and they're trying to tell us that we do not belong in New York City, and we tell Zohran Mamdani, you can go back to Uganda, to where you came from. You know, I'm gonna
everybody hasn't told you about Zohran Mamdani. The guy is just a bad, bad dude. And every time he opens his mouth, he lies. So, I want to be very clear. I want to be very clear because this is the beginning. This ain't the end. This is the first time that the good people have finally said enough, and we are going to show up, and we're going to just put this all to an end. I'm so excited about this. You know, I got to be honest. I was a little nervous to come here. I was a little nervous to come here today because it was only about 2 months ago when I was standing right over here and we were doing a peaceful protest against Islam. And over here to my left, all I heard was Allahu, Allahu Akbar. And then this IED bomb landed at my feet. And I have to tell you, by the good grace of God, myself and all the NYPD officers that were behind me, we are here to live, to fight another day. And I promise you, and I am probably the biggest fucking Jew on the block, that I will not let any of you down. They will not hijack our city on our watch. But the most important thing that you can do is come November, that a vote for Kathy Hochul is a vote for Zohran Mamdani. A vote for Kathy Hochul is a vote for the Quran. A vote for Kathy Hochul is a vote for Sharia law. A vote for Kathy Hochul is a very, very tough time, not only for the Jewish citizens in this city, but every single New Yorker that refuses to convert to Islam, and the only one that can put that to a stop is Bruce Blakeman for governor. Anyway, I just want to say, listen, I just want to end it this way. That I love every single one of you. Thank you for the incredible follows. Thank you for the incredible likes and everything that we do on social media, as we're about to hit over 1 million followers between all of our platforms. And we get bigger, and we're gonna get stronger, and we're not gonna stop this fight until we have a free New York City for everyone and the safety and security for all of our children. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless our President Donald J. Trump. And God bless the United States of America. Woo! USA! 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 USA!
Thank you. Thank you for that. And now, Liat Karin, an amazing activist. Come on up here, Liat.
It's been a really long time before I stood at a rally. The last time I spoke, I was fighting for 250 of our brothers and sisters under the tunnels of Gaza. And today doesn't feel so different because today we are fighting for our Jewish civil rights. Tonight I stand here not only as a Jewish person, but as an American mother. I'm standing with heartbreak and outrage over what this country has allowed to become normalized in nearly the 3 years since October the 7th. Something is unraveling in our society. A moral line has been crossed. We are told mobs surrounding synagogues are just protests, and that chants glorifying Intifada are just speech. And slowly, what once shocked the conscious now interrupts the noise. You don't have to be Jewish to see the deterioration of our society marching through our streets and surrounding our institutions. This is a moral failure. It is extremism and radicalization. And frankly, it is profoundly un-American and anti-democracy. America was founded on the idea that human beings could live, worship, speak, and disagree freely without fear. Dr. Martin Luther King warned that ultimate tragedy is not of the actions of bad people, but the silence of those who are good. And silence is exactly what has allowed this intimidation and extremism, this hatred, to grow louder in our streets. Because when Jewish Americans begin questioning whether they can safely live openly, the moral foundation of this country is being tested. My family knows. They know what happens when hatred is minimized. We know what happens when extremism is rationalized while the world debates language instead of confronting reality. We are Jews, we are not alarmists. We are simply experienced. We recognize the patterns. We first see that the hatred is excused, then normalized, and it spreads. Because hatred grows where leadership fails. But this leadership matters. When public leaders minimize extremism, excuse intimidation, or refuse to speak with moral clarity, division deepness and darkness fills the silence. New Yorkers, and frankly all Americans, deserve leaders who do not polarize and divide us. New Yorkers deserve leaders who unite us around our constitutional and our moral values. Leaders who protect every community. Leaders who lower tensions instead of inflame them. Leaders who understand that rhetoric has actual consequences. Because these movements hollow our democracy from within. Silence is a choice. Clarity is possible, and courage is contagious when people are willing to stand up and speak truth without fear. I stand here tonight because we cannot allow intimidation, extremism, and hatred to become ordinary in the streets of this great city. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Leon. And now everyone, we're going to get shut down in 12 minutes. We have a bunch of speakers left, so come on here. Michael Novikov, please. Let's go.
Wow, good evening. I didn't expect to see so many of you here. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your support. My name is Michael Novikov. I'm an assembly member representing Southern Brooklyn. And I'm so proud to start this movement with Stop Mamdani rally on Brighton Beach on Boardwalk. Some of you guys were there? Listen, this is so personal for me because I'm an immigrant. I came from the USSR. I'm a Russian Jew. Thank you. And in Moscow, when I was going to school, I was harassed. Why I was harassed there? Just guess why. Because I was a Jew. Just for that simple reason. Because I was a Jew. And now, I never thought about it. That I will survive harassment because I'm a Jew. I will survive socialism, communism in the Soviet Union. And now I'll have the same thing here in New York City. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. But hey, what is the real solution to that? Listen, there's so much things were said about Mamdani here. I don't want to repeat that, and I agree with all of that. But what is the real solution? The real solution is to elect Bruce Blakeman as our next governor of New York State, because Hochul is not going to do that. He is the only person in this state who can actually fire Mamdani. More of that. And listen, I don't see Republicans, I don't see Democrats, I don't see black, white, Asian. I see patriots here. I see people who love America here. Listen, the only solution, vote Republican. I'm a proud Jew, I'm a proud Russian Jew, and I'm a proud Republican. elect Republicans. That's all I want to say to you. And just one more.
We are a 501c3. This is a non-political rally. We are here to end extremism against Mamdani. We have elected people speaking. We are 501c3. We do not endorse or support candidates. We are just calling for the removal of Mamdani. Okay, all good. Allison Devlin, get up here with your loud voice. Hey guys. So I look at this crowd and I see this huge NYPD presence. Thank you so much. But you know what the difference is between us and them? The NYPD does not have to worry about us attacking random bystanders trying to get home. The NYPD doesn't have to worry about us attacking and bum-rushing Gracie Mansion like the people who are standing on York Avenue. No, we are not like them. We will never be like them. That is what separates us. What separates us is 5 years ago, our friend Joey Borgen was jumped and beaten up for wearing a yarmulke. To this day, he still has pain. Everyone here stands with Joey. The mayor, his Jew-hating wife, they stand with the fake jihadis in masks that think it's okay to walk through a Jewish neighborhood in Brooklyn and scream globalize the Intifada at people just trying to have dinner. We are not the same. We are not Jews with trembling knees, and I encourage everyone to get out there, be loud, be proud. Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you, Allison. Badass mom. And now Joey Saban, where are you, Joey? Come on up.
When I say Am Yisrael, you say Chai. Am Yisrael. Chai. Am Yisrael. Chai. Am Yisrael. Chai. Guys, we have to make sure that Mamdani in there hears us. When I say Am Yisrael, you say Chai. Am Yisrael. Chai. Am Yisrael. Chai. Listen, tonight we stand here because the Jewish community of New York is done tolerating those who demonize us, dismiss our fears, and then hide behind the language of activism while anti-Semitism spirals out of control across this city. And Zohran Mamdani has become the loudest and most dangerous voice fueling that hostility. At a moment when Jewish New Yorkers are being assaulted in the streets, when Jewish students are being threatened and harassed, when synagogues and schools are forced to operate under constant security, Mamdani has repeatedly chosen to target the Jewish community instead of defend it. He opposed protections for Jewish students and institutions facing intimidation and harassment by vetoing the city council's buffer zone bill. He attacked the IRA definition of anti-Semitism because apparently even defining hatred against Jews is too much for him. And while Jews across New York were already feeling isolated and under siege, he promoted divisive propaganda designed to inflame anger against Israel and the Jewish community, and then he doubled down when the Jewish community expressed outrage. That is not leadership. It is reckless political extremism that needs to be condemned. It is the normalization of anti-Semitism, and every single New Yorker should be outraged by it. Because when elected officials treat Jewish concerns like a joke, when they excuse anti-Jewish hatred as politics, they send a message to every extremist in the city that Jews are fair game. But there is something Zohran Mamdani and his proxies will never understand about the Jewish people. We are unbreakable. We carry Torahs through the ashes of Europe. We whispered Hebrew prayers in Soviet prisons. We rebuilt synagogues after pogroms shattered them. We crossed oceans with nothing in our pockets and built thriving Jewish communities in America. And after the Holocaust, after humanity witnessed the worst evil imaginable, the Jewish people did not disappear. We rebuilt families, rebuilt faith, we rebuilt Jewish life. And we came home to establish the state of Israel as a beacon of hope in the ancestral homeland of the Jewish people. And that spirit, and I close with this, and that spirit brought us to this moment today, where I am proud to announce that after months of relentless work, just minutes ago, the New York State Senate and Assembly passed a major comprehensive buffer zone bill. Legislation that will protect synagogues, schools, JCCs. When Mamdani tried to veto protections for Jews, the Jewish community stood up, and now that is law across New York State. So when people continue to try to demonize us, when they continue to try to call us out, my friends, we will respond to them with that timeless phrase that sums up the spirit of who we are as a people. Am Yisrael Chai. The people of Israel live. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joey. Aaron Herman, CEO of Impact, please come up here.
First of all, let's give it up for End Jew Hatred. Look around. Jews, allies, we're all coming to say, this is our time. Be a proud Jew. Be out there loud. I'm a third-generation Holocaust survivor. And my grandmother always said, go with open eyes. We should all go with open eyes and say, this shall not stand. This shall not stand. This shall not stand. Do Jewish, be proud. This is our time to organize, to empower, and to mobilize. Am Israel. Am Israel. Am Israel.
Thank you so much, Aaron. And now Liz Burney from ZOA, come on up here. Liz.
I have another chant for everybody. Do chant. Okay, here's a little, and I'm going to tell you why we're all going to win this. Okay, Mamdani says that Israel should exist. And he doesn't want us to exist here in New York either. In fact, when he incited the crowds that surrounded synagogues by saying that it's illegal for Jews in New York City to buy apartments in Israel. Well, I'll tell you something, that's not against international law, it's illegal for him to start inciting people against Jews. So I have a great chant to let him know what's wrong with what he's doing. 2, 4, 6, 8. Israel is a Jewish state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Israel is a Jewish state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Israel is a Jewish state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Israel is a Jewish state. And there's another line to that.
3, 4, 7, 9. No such thing as Palestine.
2, 4, 6, 8. Israel is a Jewish state. And what else do we want? Mamdani to end Jew hate. 2, 4, 6, 8. Israel is a Jewish state. Mamdani to end Jew hate. 2, 4, 6, 8. Israel is a Jewish state. Mamdani to end Jew hate. You know, we are all gonna win. And you know why I know how? Because every time we come out like this, and you guys have the spirit of New York, we win. In 1967, at the parade, when Israel was threatened on all sides, 250,000 Jews came out to say, we are with you. Well, now we're coming, and when Russians were threatened and could get out of hundreds of thousands of us New Yorkers came out to help our brothers get out of Russia. Well, we're out here, and we're going to win just like we won every single time. Thank you. Thank you, Liz.
I got one of these! And we're march down York Street, but before we do that, we have an amazing speaker, Eli Wininger.
What up, New York? 2 years ago, I was fighting in Gaza against the exact same terrorists that are walking the streets of New York. Right now, these Jews everywhere do not feel safe in New York. Do you feel safe in New York? Mamdani, do we feel safe in New York? Mamdani, do your job! Do your job! Do your job! Do your job! Amis Chachai, God bless America!
All right. Now, because we do respect the rule of law, and we do respect the NYPD, I want everyone to say thank you, NYPD! Thank you, NYPD! Please, NYPD, enforce the law equally! Yes! All right, we're shutting it down, and we're going to march. Follow me, we're marching down York!
Thank you all for coming out here.
Support Mamdani! Support Mamdani!
Stop Mamdani, stop Mamdani.
Can I get a sign? How was it, guys? Amazing. Good, very good.